Welcome to Cardano Over Coffee. Please remember to join us live Monday through Friday on Twitter Spaces at 1:30 p.m. UTC, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube and download our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Joining us today is Purrito from Minswap, the #1 DEX on Cardano. We're going to talk about what the future may hold for Minswap. We'll be at Rare Evo in Denver, Colorado, August 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at rareevo.io. Use discount code COC10 for 10% off your costs. Grab your coffee. Let's listen in. We got the general in the house. The general is here. What's up, Purrito? How you been?
Hey, what's up? All good. Yeah, it's been like so long since I've done one of these spaces. So, excited to be here and I don't know, keep grinding this bear market. Yeah, working hard.
We're glad to have you here, man. Thanks for coming on.
So I know everybody here uses Minswap because you are the #1 DEX on Cardano. So everybody probably knows who Minswap is, but why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved with crypto, Cardano, and then talk a little bit about Minswap and how you got involved there.
Sure, yeah, I love that. It's like a very crypto-only story. Like I just like was a nerd in the Discord, writing every day. I was supposed to be doing an internship in a bank, but I was spending the whole day on Discord just chatting, and I know I was really having fun with the people in the Minswap Discord. And yeah, it just developed, and I don't know, I was like just so obsessed. I couldn't think about anything that wasn't like crypto and Cardano and DeFi and Minswap. So a little bit too obsessed during those bull market days, but from that, like I kind of developed, I got to know the team a lot. Like in those early days, like this Discord, they were pretty empty. So you were talking to the devs like directly all the time. And then, I was involved in like many different Cardano projects. Like I tried to become the moderator. Yeah, it became kind of a meme that I am moderating in many like Discords. And I also started doing like work for free. Like I can speak, so my native language is Spanish. So I started like asking these projects, like all of them, like Liquid, Mel, Sunday, Minswap. I started asking like, hey, can I do work for you? Can I translate stuff for you for free? And they were like, sure, yeah, you can translate whatever. And that's how I kind of started learning about DeFi, because I was like 2021 starting in crypto. And so, I had no clue about anything, but from translating all this stuff and just hanging in Discord all day, actually I picked up a few things. And then it came at point where I was like pretty confident in my knowledge, and I was like, hey guys, do you think maybe you need some help? Because Minswap was a little bit of a mess. Like I don't know if you remember this concurrency, and just like you could really notice like these guys are passionate and they know what they're doing, but they are like all devs and they didn't really have anyone like maybe on the business side or more like marketing. So it's like, guys, do you think you could need some help there? And they were like, yeah. And I asked them, okay, can I join the team? And they were like, sure. And then I joined like a little bit before the launch. One of the first thing I did, I don't know if you remember this, like LBE. Yeah, I kind of saw that Sunday was gonna do that, and I was like, oh my God, this is a genius idea. We need to do something like that. And everybody was like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. So we did that, and really proud how that turned out. Always, with the Cardano community, they're supporting pretty bigly. I think like if we hadn't done that, we wouldn't be in such a good position, because it allowed the mint token to have lots of liquidity. But it's a very like crypto native story. I was just community member. Like for 1 year, I was kind of working on Minswap, and I had never like met the team in real life. And then recently I moved to Asia and I got to meet them real life. Like the developers, they all mainly in Vietnam. So that was like really cool after a year to finally meet them. And kind of why I am in Cardano or why in DeFi. Just really still love it to this day. Like I'm pretty obsessed with DeFi. I'm more like, I really like the tokenomics aspect. I like to think a lot about the different token incentives, different tokenomics. That's more like my passion, and yeah, I've done like a lot of stuff for Minswap in that area, like all the tokenomics articles I write. And yeah, we have also very good help, like some very smart community members that like support us there. But yeah, that's more or less the story.
It's a pretty interesting story, right? You started kind of doing just from your passion, and then learning and translating and helping getting the word out, even on all the other projects. What a great way to learn, especially if you're a reading learner, right? Me, that would never work for me because I have to do shit to learn, right? Well, maybe it would, because technically you're doing it as you're translating it. So I guess I could see how that's a great learning tool. Explain to me your experience in partying at the raves with the devs in Vietnam. No, you don't got to tell me that, but I know about them dev parties in Vietnam.
Oh man, you know, yeah, there is some weird stories out there, like going to, yeah, I don't know how to explain, some special type of karaoke. Yeah, but I leave it there.
So if you want to get that, you got to move to Vietnam and hang out with the Minswap dev team.
Oh man, yeah, they're really, really fun to hang out with. Yeah, I thought they would be maybe like a little bit nerdy devs, but no, they're a blast.
So tell me, what's going on with Minswap right now? Have you guys seen an increase in usage, a decrease over, like, say, the last few months? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's been pretty surprising, even with the bear market, the last like few 3-4 months were kind of like record months, like one after each other, mainly because the AGIX hype. So we were kind of lucky. We implemented this fee switch. I don't know if you're aware. Basically, like a part of the swap fees that people pay is redirected to buy min on the open market. So, yeah, basically the DEX benefit from the more swapping and the more volume directly by increasing like the min that the DAO treasury owns. So we got pretty lucky because we just implemented that, and then boom, the AGIX boomed. And I'm pretty sure it was like a bot or something, arbitrage bot, that was just printing insane amount of volume. But from all that volume, a lot of fees were generated, and a lot of min was bought back on the open market for the DAO treasury. Yeah, we are actually working now on a report that will go over a little bit like about the emissions, the min emissions, what we will do with the farming going forward, and also for the DAO treasury. Yeah, we think it's important to keep growing the DAO treasury even in the bear market, and yeah, that's what the fee switch allow. So yeah, like these last 4 months have been like record after another, but mainly because the AGIX pump, but also growth in some other tokens. Yeah, other Cardano tokens. Yeah, there's been a bit with Liquid, Meld. We just want to be the number one place for people to trade the Cardano native token. And I think like, yeah, we're in good position for that. But yeah, I think this month, yeah, we're doing, I don't know if you've seen, every month we release some monthly stats. Yeah, very proud of that one. And it's an infographic, and there you can see like how this month compared to last month. And you can also see like the value of the asset in the DAO treasury. Yeah, really cool stuff. So yeah, I think surprisingly, like these last 3-4 months have been really, really good, mainly for AGIX. But yeah, we continue working on some stuff, and yeah, trying to remain this position like the main hub for Cardano tokens.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through your history here and grab one of those tweets.
I already put one up top.
Monthly. God, I love it when we're
very fast.
But yeah, no, I was just going to say thank you for doing those. I think that's a great initiative. Kind of taking control of reporting those stats, directly. So please keep up the month in review. I definitely, retweet those when I see them. And I'm curious, Purrito, do you personally provide liquidity in the ADA min pair?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've done it in the past, but now no, I just hold them in. Yeah, I'm not doing it right now. Yeah, maybe I could do with a little bit, but
Just warn
yeah, for now I'm just holding.
Epoch is a Minswap whale. So there you have it.
Oh wow.
He is.
Oh, thank you. Very nice.
I think it's just you guys really structured it well to kind of support the growth of the Min token, right? So that Min ADA pair, the way you have the percentage rewards broken down is good. So yeah, I think it's one of the best farming options in Cardano, but that's just me.
Yes, he made me FOMO into the Min ADA pair on Minswap. So I don't know if you guys have like a referral reward, but you can just send that to Epoch.
Hey, we don't have it yet, but it would be a good idea. I know some protocols that do that, so don't discount it. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna do like a Minswap ambassador or anything? Are there going to be any kind of opportunity for people to amplify for y'all?
I don't know about the ambassador. Would have to think about that, but we are trying out some, kind of small scale, some governance stuff. Like Indigo has these working groups. We're trying out a little bit those, but for now only with the like closer community. And later we can open it up and that would be my dream. Like, for example, if the DAO has a few tasks, like, okay, one of the tasks we're doing now is, I mentioned, right, we have some community members, they are like giga brains, like they know all about DeFi, and one of them even works in TradFi, like really amazing stuff. And we are like, okay, community members, can you look at like the history of min emissions? And can you look at the TVL and the volume and like find correlation and like, establish a few framework? How do we do the min emission going forward? Like, do we drop them? Do we like increase the min emission? Do we do more dynamic? And then is these community members, they like get together in a working group and they work on a proposal for the later to be given to governance for min holders. And they should also be compensated by that. Like, that's what's really cool about DAOs. Like, they can be, because for now, like the min token only been given like according to who has the more capital, right, to the farmer. But it would be good if DAOs start giving the min token also to who contribute more, like in terms of the labor, right? So we think, later on would be awesome to like open up and be having different tasks, and people can just sign up and they're like, oh, I'm very good at design. Like, let me help you in this design. And then they can get paid in min token. Yeah, that would be very cool if we can do, but will take a while until we get to such a system.
Whatever it takes for me to get a Minswap hoodie of some kind, I would be, willing to do there. But let me ask you a question. The LBE is something that I think y'all pioneered for folks to help kind of establish good price floors and launch their token. But I haven't seen a lot of that recently. The last one I did was the Makosi LBE. Are you seeing that slow down, or is that a part of the strategy going forward?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I don't know. It's a topic where a bit, how to say, controversial. Like we think like currently there's not that much like product market fit for new tokens, like in a bear market. So like we've seen every time we launch one of these, like the amount of ADA commit like drops, and then the purpose of LBE is just to establish an initial price, right? But in bear market, it's hard that a token, like after this initial price being established, that it go up. And usually people they like to participate in such event to gain financial, and there's just not that much liquidity right now. So we've kind of stopped on that, and also we don't see that many like high quality projects that want to come and do. And we it's not like when we do a LBE we are endorsing the project. We are just providing a service, but we also need to be careful and not just do LBE with any project. So it's kind of a bit a combination that, in current bear market, we don't see that many that we feel comfortable, like, oh, this project gonna keep building for the next 3-4 years. Let's do it with them. And also that, there's not that much liquidity, not as much like excitement about new tokens. And so, we've been talking to some people, like we talked to Liquid to do a similar one, not the LBE, and some others, but due to some, maybe market condition didn't go. So I'd say right now it's pretty much paused. Like unless we come up with a project that we're like, wow, these guys are amazing and they've been here for a long time. This token will do very well. Which there are some projects, but won't mention any name. It's pretty much on hiatus for now.
I appreciate the kind of honesty and transparency there. That's.
Yeah, Purrito, thanks for coming on, by the way. So you were talking about a little bit about the DAO Treasury and the fact that with each time somebody does a transaction on Min, that they ultimately are then providing a buyback system kind of for the Min token. And that then, of course, removes circulating supply from the overall supply because it's gone into the DAO. Is there an emission schedule for that to where, or is there a top out, as far as how high you will allow that treasury to grow? And then from there, either put it out in a different way. I mean, what is the plan there surrounding that? Because it started at 6%. So just curious, it could grow, right? Tremendously if you allow it.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we addressed this a little bit we did governance proposal for the fee switch. And we say like, okay, for now, what if we just take like the ADA that people, the ADA that come from the swap, or, if people is swapping like AGIX for ADA, and a little bit of the AGIX goes toward like some wallet and is sold for ADA. And then we take this ADA and we swap it for Min and ADA LP tokens. We thought like, for now, we think pretty long term, and we are still very, very initial phase, and it's still important to have strong Min to ADA pool, very strong liquidity there. So we're focusing on that one for now. But in the governance proposal, we also say like eventually it will come time that what if the DAO want to focus on some other pair? Like what if the DAO wants to grow the liquidity of the Jet to ADA pair and like have some own protocol liquidity in that pair? We can direct some of the ADA toward that mission instead of the Min ADA pool or some other pool, or we can say like, wow, these liquid projects seem very promising. What if instead of selling any liquid token, we keep it and we build a position there? So I think, this is something that we've been discussing a lot. Like, when should we kind of change this? And maybe probably we need a framework as well to say like which projects do we start accumulating? And so I think that will be more up to DAO. I think like me personally, I'm not sure if we are there yet. Like, I'd like to see project very much established before we start doing like, we don't want to start accumulate a token and then Ardana happens, and the DAO treasury has a bunch of useless tokens. So so I feel like we can still be patient on that one, wait a little bit. And I think also, like volume bound to increase a lot. So I think once we see like, wow, volume is increasing a lot, okay, let's start looking into other things, not just the Min ADA pair. That's my view, but if you have any other idea, you can do like forum proposal, and it will be up to vote.
Right. We're in a nascent stage right now, obviously, with the different protocols, projects and teams, and you obviously don't know where they're going to land or where they're even going to be here 6 months from now, when you think about it, right? Which is important. But at the same time, if you were able to incentivize certain pools and grow them, that of course then supports the project as well. So that makes perfect sense. And then down the road, maybe even, potentially an incentivization or a return to the mint holders for, whatever the case may be, as a percentage back, kind of a, say it's kind of like a thank you, or, not a gift per se, but something along those lines. So I have a question about the UI UX, and this is something I ask most DEXs, is that currently with the way you trade on the DEXs, you cannot see any limit orders, whether they be buy or sell, and you and I, everybody knows that in DeFi, that if you have an idea of where the resistance is at the top of a range, or where the support is at the bottom of a range, that's extraordinarily helpful when you trade. And I'm just curious as if this is something that potentially you guys have thought about and could be adding in. I know there are other projects that are kind of working on this now in order to kind of give that out.
Yeah, it's something that really mentioned a lot in the Discord. Yeah, I'm not sure like if we have plan of that right now, but definitely it's a good idea, and we are working on some stuff for the UI. So yeah, cannot promise it will be there in the next version, but yeah, I think it's a good idea. We'll definitely as a dev team, but yeah, not something we're thinking of right now, but I think would be important. Yeah, like I think now you can see just like the limit orders, that you can see it in the queue, right? Like this batching queue. But you mean like yeah, what do you mean to see the more like when you're trading on a centralized exchange, or yeah, what do you mean exactly?
You can see the breadth of the orders, right? So, and you can see where there's limit orders put in, right? You can see the range, and there's the median, and then of course what cells are in there, and then if you go back a little bit further, you can see some larger. They can pull those orders at any time, right? And they typically, in some cases, do. They almost like do it on purpose. But then you could see the lower end of the range, as far as.
So you want a centralized exchange order book viewing on the.
No, I don't. I want tools that are helpful for traders, not anything centralized per se. But from what I understand is that if somebody has the knowledge and ability, they can look at those limit orders, buys and sells, where others cannot, and it gives an unfair advantage. So you obviously need to be a developer, but it creates a problem.
Wait, don't you need limit orders first? I don't think limit orders were on Minswap.
Oh, you can limit order. I don't know what you're talking about.
You can limit order on Minswap, and they have a beautiful UI UX where you can look at your order and then convert it, whether it be 180 equals this amount of that particular token, or the opposite, where you can see the actual price that you would pay per ADA for that particular token, which is also nice in there. I love that.
So you just want the order book to be opened up, transparent.
Want to see the order book, right? Because typically you can't see that currently. I'm not asking to be able to view the mempool, but I definitely want to see those who have been minted in a transaction or waiting to be processed based on their price, both at the higher end of the range and the lower end of the range, right? So that's not too much to ask. I know Tap Tools is working on it too. Sorry, Purrito. I digress.
It's an important tool. He's not lying. As a trader, somebody like me who trades, I want to know where the resistance is, and I want to know where the support is, so I know where to put my buy orders. If you market buy, you're doing crypto buys wrong. I don't think I've done a market buy, and it's been a while now. So I want to see where other limit orders are.
Depends on the volume. Right now, Ajax is the only one that you can really, because of the amount of volume.
Listen, I don't care if the limit order sits there for 16 months, Blockjock.
I know. You're different. I do it a little differently because I'm not in it as long as you are. I did want to say that the LBE has been extraordinarily helpful, and I do know right now in a bear market that's really tough. But Indigo is one of the LBEs, and Mikosi, it didn't do as well, and then of course the original with, the Mint token and the Minty and everything that I participated in kind of brought me into DeFi really, is what you guys did. And kind of happy that you guys have seen the success that you've had, and you've kind of grown into this organization a little bit too, which has been really cool,
Yeah, man, it's been quite a ride. but yeah, now a little bit more calm. But need to keep working. Like, yeah, there's certain thing, like there's not as much liquidity, like you cannot do as many things as maybe doing a bull market, but can still take like small step, increase, improve little by little, like more in the governance side of things and so on, and get ready for next wave, you know.
So I got a hard question for you, Purrito, and I'm sorry to do this to you, but talking of the bull market, fees. The fees on Minswap are pretty high. Fees on all our DEXs are pretty high. What is the plan to do when Cardano is $15? Are you still going to charge me one ADA because I hold a lot of Min as a fee? Like, that's $15 for one trade. It makes it's hard to DCA in with small amounts of ADA based on the fees on our marketplaces. What's the plan with fees?
Yeah, definitely. That's a very good question, man. Honestly, I cannot say we have a plan there. Like we, many time in crypto, like you can only plan as much. It's really volatile and it's really unpredictable sometimes. So, we do have the governance structure in place to react fairly quickly. Like if Cardano go up a lot, and we are seeing a lot of users complain, because I do feel like the fee now is fair, and we really need this fee to keep working and batching. But definitely there will be a moment it become excessive and it kind of stifles the growth of the protocol. And we do have everything in place to quickly have a governance discussion, and maybe have a different framework for the fee or just lower it. It's a discussion that we'll have to have later.
Yeah, I think it's something that all the DEXs need to look at, because once ADA reaches $1, you're charging $2. I can't go in there and buy a few dollars worth of World Mobile token to add to my stack because it's not feeable. The fees are way too high at that point, right? So I'm hoping that all these DEXs are looking at that now, because it's not far away. We talk about, we're in the bear market. We're not in a bear market anymore. We've probably bottomed, and we're going to go sideways for a while, and then we're going to go up. So if we're not ready for it, we're going to see a lot of issues. So I'm hoping that, Minswap, Sunday Swap, Usually Swap, all of you guys are looking at your fee structure and saying, we need to have a plan to act now, because it's going to hurt you a lot. And I think a lot more than you think when it comes to trade. I won't use your site. I just won't. I'll go somewhere else and trade. It's as simple as that.
I think to build on that, one thing that is interesting with Minswap is just that, you kind of, the APRs are what they are for everyone. It's very kind of decentralized, which is great. But what you see with some other DEXs is there's some incentives, right? Like to get a boost or to get, a higher APR, you hold something. So, I wonder if you couldn't, look at the accounts that, are using the platform, are providing liquidity, and who have some status with y'all to be getting a reduction on some of those fees, right? Or if you've traded a certain amount of times in the month, but kind of recognizing, the active users and then actually giving them some sort of break, or extra benefit. I think that it would be really interesting to see. I don't know how that would work, but I think that's something you could look into.
As a Min whale, you should know that they give a reduced price for Min holders.
That's already.
Isn't it like point?
Yeah, it's not a lot, and I hold a lot of Minswap. And my question is does it take an effect what you have in the liquidity pool also, or is it only what you hold in your wallet?
I think I wrote it myself, but I forgot. I think maximum was like 500k min, and if you have that much, then you get a discount of 0.5% in the batch fee. So instead of paying 2 ADA, you pay 1.5 ADA. Now this parameter can be changed and can be improved. So that would be more up to governance.
Is that holding the min? Like you have to have that number of min, or does the LP count toward that?
Yeah, both. It count in LP and it count in your wallet. What doesn't count yet is if like you have LP in staking. So I don't think it can detect yet. But something that we were working on. So if you have the min ADA LP token in the wallet, it will count. If you have just min in the wallet, it will count. But if you have LP token stake, for now it doesn't count. Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't count for me, right? Like, there's no reason to hold LP token in your wallet. That's like making a sandwich and not eating it.
Yeah.
So, I have, I think, 20 min, some leftovers from the last time I added liquidity. So, it would be obviously great to kind of recognize if people are keeping their min in LP. But that's just me.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, definitely.
I would make a suggestion for that, and I would also, as a trader, right now on your site, I have 15 open trades, right? So if I have to close all 15 of them, that's 30 ADA. What about giving incentive to people based off of trading too? If you do so many trades per day, you get a percentage off, yada, yada, yada. That's something that you could look at also, right? That's going to help you bring in more traders to your site.
Yeah, those are good ideas. Good. We were thinking a while back a little bit more like gamification. We should do more gamification. For now, yeah. I don't see. Yeah, it's difficult to structure this, and especially in bear market. But I do feel it would be good idea for growth, like do some sort of event. Bring people over, bring users over, like do trading competition, something like that.
Trading competition.
Yeah, but it does feel like if we do that now, I don't think it will have very big effect,
I think you're mistaking that traders take the bear market off, right? Traders trade, they don't take the bear market. Your NFT people, your normal buyers and sellers take the bear market off. Traders don't. Traders trade.
Yeah, just thinking like how many new trader would it attract, because
Right.
I do feel like the people who is trading now, like they already trading, and I just don't know like if somebody of Ethereum like right now would come and trade on Minswap, we do something like that. I do feel like yeah. Like I think it's centralized exchange do this sort of thing. So it's something that, sometimes we do look at like what is the centralized exchange doing? Like they really know strategy in this stuff and growth. So, it's definitely, we could look at some of those programs they do and maybe adapt it to DeFi, adapt to Minswap and Cardano.
Yeah, the other thing that centralized exchanges are doing a lot of is just learning platforms, right? So like you can imagine having a video.
They have a great educational platform on minswap.org.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like having people, get rewarded in a native token if they like watch videos about that native token.
So you're talking about learn to earn.
Yeah, you see Coinbase does this, really well, but you can go in, learn a lot about a specific native token, and then, at the end you get, 10 of that token or something. Just another way to kind of spread that token to more wallets, but also encourage the actual learning of it. That's being picked up by, that's becoming a trend now in centralized exchanges. Just it's worth knowing.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I think that's a good one. I don't know if like the mint holder would be happy if we decide to, we're just gonna give a bunch of mint token for people for watching videos,
Well, I don't.
Right, Purrito? As a mint holder, that helps me because now that token's getting spread out. The education of the platform's being spread out. The more holders, the better off I am as a mint holder, right? So
I wouldn't even start with the mint token. I would start with all the projects that are getting liquidity on your platform, and they'll probably pay you in some amount to host their videos and create that sort of platform. And the reason this is successful is because SEO, people are searching for like, what is AGIX? So then, they find your site with what is AGIX videos. Then they start collecting some AGIX and they want to trade that. And now they're participating in Min, kind of passively, and then eventually they will get the mint token, right? So it's a broader organic growth type of play. But yeah, it's very successful.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's an interesting idea. Definitely, we'll need to give it a deeper look. I'll take yeah, write it down. But yeah, I think also would require, I don't know, like would have some community member do these videos, or like would you hire somebody? Because we don't have capacity right now
You
to
have the
like
project.
do video.
Whoever you're doing the learn to earn for, say we're going to use AGIX, right? You have them create the videos. You're just providing the platform and the people to learn about their token. You're offering them a service and giving them access to your community to learn about their token.
Yeah, or an active Minswap YouTuber that consistently is supporting you, which is another way to do it too.
Gotcha.
I had a question. So currently, right now, Minswap is more than double any other as far as TVL goes on Cardano, and congratulations for that. That is a high honor, and but at the same time, you're at the top, and people are coming after you, right? So with that, Wing Riders had something, and I use Wing Riders as an example, not what to do, but sometimes what not to do in some cases. If everybody remembers the Nomad bridge hack and how they were involved in that. But with Wing Riders, they have one thing, and they use liquid staking really to where in the pool, the pool participants can vote on what pool that particular ADA will be staked to. And this is something that I find highly useful, one, as an engagement tool, and two, it suggests ownership when you're in Wing of the token, right? And interacting with the DEX and being able to, point at a pool that you want if you own enough of it to, sway the vote, right? So is this something that maybe you guys are thinking about? Like, I'm thinking like my Magic 8 Ball said the bull market's going to start September 29th. And building during that time, setting yourself up for success is what you want to do during the bear market. Is this something maybe along with maybe some other tidbit you can give us as to what Minswap's got cooking for new tools or useful things that we can do on Minswap?
So before you answer, Purrito, give me 1 second. I want to drill that question down. Blockjock simply could have said, do you plan on having people vote on where they can stake the ADA? And also, what's your future plans?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Yeah, actually something we very actively been thinking about. And we have one of these, I think I mentioned this working group. One of them working directly about that. Because currently all the ADA in LPs in Minswap is just take to the Min private pool. It was the easiest, like also the most capital efficient thing to do. But we never really asked. Well, we ask in a governance forum, right? But it's a little bit rudimentary. So we do need to take a better step and improve there. And basically, what is the plan here is we will fairly soon ask the community like what do you want to do in this regard. Give them several frameworks, like for example, I do like the idea that people with like their own LPs can vote like with their ADA where the ADA is staked. But what if like the min holder also can have some say there? Like what if 50-50, like the LP decides 50% or like 50% from LPs and 50% from min holders, something like that as well. Like I think maybe involving min token there would be good idea. And just rethinking the delegation framework, not just in the min pool, like perhaps we want to stay more to the decentralized ethos and open up and try to come up with a framework a little bit like Cardano Foundation, where we are staking the different, how it works, right? Like the DEX, we can only stake individual liquidity pool stake keys. So we try to think like how do we stake these liquidity pools? Do we do to like smaller pools? Do we do 50-50, for example, like half of the ADA to the min pool and the rest to small pools? So it's something that, fairly soon we will have governance proposal about that. And of course, we're thinking about it. But what do you think as Cardano community members of this idea? It's just something we're kind of toying with. Of like not just the LPs deciding with their ADA, but also the min holder having a say in where the ADA in the DEX is staked.
I like the fact that you would integrate Min in some way, right? I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, Wing Rider's using the WRT token as a boost within to garner extra rewards. So it also promotes the holding of Minswap. Yeah.
You also see similar stuff on Indigo where they're kind of voting on, which pool gets the various stake. So, I think that helps decentralization broadly, right? Bringing up the small pools closer to saturation. So any effort to spread the stake, I think helps long-term and helps, stateful operators for sure.
I think it's a good vision. Like it gives the people a good vision of you too. Like you're trying to help decentralization, and you guys have been about that kind of from the beginning. So I think it's just a good image fit for you.
Yeah, for sure. It's something we've been thinking about a long time, and just some of these things take a bit more time. But we will be very soon talking about this in governance.
Governance is important, Block Jock, to somebody. However, it's not quite me. Purrito, any last thing, just to wrap it up, any last thing that you want to mention that's coming up on Minswap, any events, anything that we should know about?
Any event? No, I mean, not sure if I should mention, but might be in the Cardano Summit, but this long way ahead. But I will be excited to finally go in person to something. Never done that, and I try to stay a bit anon. Although I've done a presentation here on Minswap in Cardano. Like there's this Cardano in Taiwan group, really small and kind of cute. Like we get together, it's only like 20-30 people, but I gave a presentation about Minswap. Was cool. And we will have another one with the Typhoon wallet, I think, this weekend. But I don't know. Some parting words. Keep supporting Minswap. We are community focused. Very good. I really like the ideas that you mentioned about the limit order and this like education platform. I might DM you about that. But always when you have ideas like that, just tweet it and you tag me and tag Minswap. And we're always happy to get like community feedback. We wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for like listening to the community ideas. So definitely whenever you have any random idea, just tweet it out loud and tag me and Minswap. Let's keep building.
Thanks for listening to Cardano Over Coffee. We'd like to give a special thanks to Purrito General for joining us today and talking about the future of Minswap. Please join us at Rare Evo in Denver, Colorado, August 24th through the 26th. Tickets on sale now at rareevo.io. Use coupon code COC10 for 10% off the discounted price.